some of this land is just suitable for pasture land. And when they first came out here and settled, they broke everything out. Therefore, we had the Dust Bowl.
In the 30s, our dirt left here and ended up in the East Coast.
As farmers, we started going fence row to fence row, and the habitat just went away, and so did the pheasants.
But farmers are, of course, good stewards of the land. We care about it, we've owned it, we've lived here for generations, and we want to do our part.
The Conservation Reserve program is a major point of pride for me.
It gives farmers options to take land that is environmentally sensitive and put it into a program that protects the land, that prevents soil erosion.
You know, wildlife nesting, and we like to leave stuff there for them to have cover for the winter.
Pheasant hunting is actually $1 billion industry out there, so it's a tremendous economic boost to rural America.
I think the CRP program is one of the best government programs there's out there, period.
The cliche is that behind every cloud is a silver lining. In the spring of 1935, one of many black clouds rolled over Washington, D.C.
These wind-eroded land.
HUGH HAMMOND Bennett, the father of soil conservation in America, was testifying at the moment the windows darkened. He said to a congressional committee,
he said something like, "This is what I'm talking about. There, gentlemen, goes a bit of Kansas." And later on, he would say that this had considerable educational effect. And that would be the acceptance of the idea that soil conservation was in the national interest, and that the public, through the government, could help pay for some of this.
Repair began with technical help from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And as farming techniques changed, production returned. Production, in fact, outpaced demand, and surpluses became commonplace. The first program to slow production to improve prices was the Soil Bank in the 1950s and 60s. Farmers were paid by USDA to idle the land, to rest the soil. But with time and new technology, the pace picked up again, and crop surpluses returned. By the 1980s, lawmakers were facing the dual problem of low crop prices caused by oversupply and pressure from environmentalists. The 1985 Farm Bill included a provision for an old theme, but a new solution: the Conservation Reserve Program, CRP.
That's where I came up with the idea of a conservation reserve that would take the fragile, erosive land out of production, and then we can put the good land into production. I believed in it from the beginning and fought for it.
It includes some very good conservation measures.
President Ronald Reagan signed the Farm Bill on December 23, 1985. Within months, the first acres were enrolled in CRP.
After program CRP came out, we found out that we could put it in there and get a little money off it, and plus it helped keep the dust and dirt from blowing.
CRP is a very good program. It's a stable economy for us as farmers. If we have it in CRP, we have something to fall back on when we have crop failure. And we do have crop failures because of drought in this area. Oh, okay.
And I continue to believe that one of the great strengths of the program was the bond, the alliance that it built between the commodity folks and the environmental and conservation folks.
Through the Conservation Reserve Program, the government puts its money where its mouth is by helping farmers make their private lands a public asset.
And that bond has been important politically during the next 5 or 6 farm bills.
To measure the value of land for conservation goals, USDA created an Environmental Benefits Index. The EBI evaluates how erodible the land might be, whether it would contribute to improved wildlife habitat, and how it would improve water and air quality.
Some areas are planted into trees. You have some areas planted to warm season grasses. Both of those are very deep rooted. You take a lot of nutrients up with that type of vegetation.
The filter strips were the most economical for us. That's a CREP program now. It's taking out all those wet areas. We're getting the payment. We're getting all the conservation and ecological benefits from that. And we're, now we've got more places for rabbits and deer to live in.
The Chesapeake Bay has been declining over the years. CRP program is a cornerstone to us here in Maryland helping save the bay.
Protecting important waterways such as Chesapeake Bay and others is an important silver lining of CRP. Another is the creation of wildlife habitat.
It's as simple as if you add grass, you have pheasants. And pheasants and other wildlife populations literally exploded when CRP came on the landscape in 1985. And in the fall, each year, you're going to see rural communities where it's hard to find motel rooms, the restaurants are full, the fields are full during the day, and so it's a tremendous economic boost.
This is a commitment that you have made to conservation.
CRP is an extraordinary investment to make it easier for landowners to do what's right for their land and right for the environment and for the wildlife.
So I would suggest anybody that's interested in the program to come and sit down and talk with the Farm Service Agency and find out how the program would fit into their operation. And certainly we are there to help them any kind of way we can.
If you got something that's marginal, there's no sense just tearing it up every year. We'll give it back to the animals, put it in CRP and let it do some good.